more you can do. I wonder if we're going to see things like Master Spirit Walkers, better Kodo Beasts, tiny Great Hall. There's a whole litany of options, and more towers going down here for TGW, but he's still not capitalizing on this. And this expansion position is alright, I suppose. I'm not too overly fond of it. I think the tower positioning makes it a bit weird. Certainly, it's like he sort of tried to go for map control as well as tower position, and sort of got neither. Yeah, it's a bit odd. It looks like this Blade Master is getting around. Still only level 3. Could really use some more experience. Obviously, the level 5 would be absolutely amazing against these heroes. Assuming he doesn't get banished too much. It's going to run right into the range of the tower. Zeus is all his mana, and actually have a small chunk of health at least. And these heroes are coming straight back in here. Looks like this time actually they're going to be going for the main, but with no flame strike. I'm not sure how useful the Blood Mage is. It might be better just the Archmage on his own, to be honest. I mean, the Blood Mage can put out a bit of damage and can use banish and stuff, but it's not really that useful. And meanwhile, it looks like actually, ooh wow, very nice timing on this Blade Master, who comes in just as the Archmage starts using his attack, and the Archmage is just gonna use his scroll to get out of here, or his staff to get out of here. And meanwhile, we're seeing ooh wow, very nice play here. Archmage using using his staff to get to this critter, which, as I say, is a critter and not just a raccoon. And I wonder if orc-worker is going to work it out. Maybe he is. Yeah, it looks like actually he's going to work it out, even using ensnare there. Completely unnecessary, but he has worked out exactly how that archmage got there. Very, very clever there by him. And I wonder what we're seeing from this orc now. Are we seeing any... No, we're not really seeing him make too much capitalization on this tier 3 upgrade. We only saw the orb being bought. We haven't really seen too much else, but it looks like TGW unfortunately running these 2 breakers really out of position. Gonna lose at least one, and actually yeah, there's the second one. For some reason he wasn't ensnaring despite having 5 raiders, but he does eventually go for that ensnare, and looks like this breaker's gonna go down, although we could see some nice blizzard in the meantime. Yeah, there's the blizzard there, and that's actually gonna do a fair bit of damage. And so orc-worker not doing sort of the best there, but still getting 2 kills, which is certainly not nothing. And it looks like this mine very, very is really going to pay off now for TGW, who really just can basically buy time, because he does have this 3rd expansion which can come up soon. And so ooh wow, he's actually towering up this expansion as well. Really ambitious play here by the human. I don't think he can support building 2 town halls at once, and he spent all that money on those towers at the 2 o'clock position, so I'm not really sure what his plan is here. He is going to get the creeping boots of Quathlos. Really a terrible item. I mean, of all the items he could have got, I'd say that's probably the worst, but certainly he's just going to be able to sell it for some nice money if nothing else. And 2 towers going up, an arcane and a guard tower. Perhaps it's just to sort of be a bit annoying to a Blade Master. Sometimes it's quite nice, especially if you already have the detection upgrade. If you just put up 1 arcane tower in possible expansion positions, then whenever a Blade Master runs past, you lose 50 mana or so. I mean, it looks like the Blade Master did just get at this one spot here, and we'll know what's going on. And I'm amazed he hasn't put up an expansion yet, considering how much he spent on towers. TGW is more than enough gold. Not really much lumber. Obviously, you can't buy a shredder or anything. Perhaps should start putting up they're building a couple more peasants, and a castle being tacked to now, as well as some really ambitious creeping. Really, TGW's been all over the creeping this game, really using some nice tricks, as well as just some pretty ambitious creeping as well. And you can see even Banish being used to try and get rid of these berserkers who are so strong. And Banish actually being used in the Oak Lord as well. Rune of Healing probably should be used now rather than later, just because he's taken so much damage in this priest, and if he loses that, it could be very, very bad. And I'm not sure. Ooh wow, actually looks like this Blade Master is going to try and take out this tower, and orc-worker avoiding that. Actually, ooh wow, he has the 1-0 upgraded demolishers out. Really, really very nice choice there. Finally making some use of his tier 3, getting more demolishers. Not getting a whole lot else though. He probably should be pushing at least to 80 food at this point. He is at 77, and he does have a whole bunch of sort of useless things. Surprisingly, he has no upgrades for his raiders, just that 1 ranged upgrade, and initiate trained witch doctors, as well as what's the training? Ooh, master training on spirit walkers. I do like that. That's a very nice choice. Oh wow, this Blade Master getting caught out here. Very, very nicely played here by this by TGW, who using Banish as well. Really, oh wow, what fantastic use of Banish. This Blade Master in a whole bunch of trouble. Really good. Try and take out this Archmage. This Archmage so low. Using Banish again. The Blade Master goes down. Oh my god. Wow, what fantastic play. I'm sorry I didn't catch the actual surround there, but oh wow, Oh, critical mistake there. And it looks like this orc with a massive army. Obviously, he's so far into upkeep that he really can't afford just to be sitting around for too long. Even a workshop up now to build a couple mortar teams. Really unusual play here, but obviously makes a bit of sense against these demolishers. And TGW, since he's sitting in no upkeep, can really save up a whole bunch of gold and really needs to start spending it soon, I think, because he can't wait too long, otherwise the massive army is just going to overrun him. Doesn't matter how many towers you have. This Blade Master being bought back at the tavern, obviously with an expansion, that's perfectly viable. Still no expansion here though. It's almost as if he's just trying to deny the expansion to the orc. And it looks like actually, ooh wow, flying machine coming out as well. Did he cancel his... Yeah, he must have cancelled that mortar team. Really interesting choice there. I guess he's just trying to stick under 50 food. He is at 50 food now. He is at tier 3 as well, so you should really start spending because his attack is only going to come faster and harder now. Blizzard, obviously a nice counter against those demolishers if your opponent's not paying attention, but if he is, he can just move them back and it's not too effective. Actually, it looks like there's a mortar team somewhere. How can I not? Oh, there it's right in the front there. Mortar team, yeah, actually taking a bit of fire, should be healed up by the priests. And we could even do some invisible mortar team shenanigans. Certainly, it's more common in versus elf, but certainly viable as long as there aren't too many of those sentry wards up. And I think there's only a couple around, so we might be able to get up with it. Meanwhile, orc-worker has taken a third expansion, and we're finally seeing TGW take his third. So TGW really been behind in economy all this time, and actually it looks like he's destroying some towers or some trees, so we can get in here and maybe try and get some destroying of the great halls with the mortar teams from range. That'd be quite a nice move there. And a paladin third now for the human. Meanwhile, it looks like actually these invisible heroes being cut out again by these sentry wards. But the orc-worker going to try and chase him down. Actually going to go for the chop instead, and it's still level 3 on his Blade Master. He should basically just creep this out now. He could pretty much solo it with his Blade Master, at least take out this Ogre Magic, because the Watch Ward here would be very useful. But it looks like actually we're really seeing some nice harassment here. This flying machine, so useful. Obviously, it's very rare to actually see a workshop versus orc, but when you can get it, the flying machine is a brilliant thing to get. It's basically costs as much as a peasant, and then it flies. It's super fast. Your opponent can't really take it out unless they want to waste an ensnare or a bat ride or something. And most importantly of all, it scouts out that Blade Master. It can see invisible units. That's such a useful thing that it can do. Look at this Archmage. I'm not sure if he was misrallied here, if he was told to blizzard somewhere, he was just unable to blizzard something, but he's going this really long way around. I'm not sure. I can't believe that he'd do this on purpose. Yeah, it looks like he is running back finally, and you can see these trees now being taken down by the demolishers in a sort of a counter attack. Just obviously really range is very much the human's ally in this situation. Really can't afford to be fighting sort of face to face. And it looks like actually these trees are still slightly up. There they go there. Blade Master will be able to get it to any heroes that are trying to do sort of the shenanigans here. These peons should be put back on gold now, although they are all pretty low. And it looks like actually the Archmage did staff somewhere actually. Ooh wow, look, this orc-worker going for another expansion, and meanwhile ooh wow, the TGW going for some expansions himself, and trying to take down these watchtowers from the orc. So actually it looks like this Blade Master getting a bit cut out, but he is trying to go for that Blade Master, or the Archmage by the looks of things. I'm surprised he's using Blizzard rather than just attacking. I mean, it's a bit of I guess he has a lot of mana, but it's not too essential. And looks like he's using a TP just to get out of here. Can that be right? Wow, really weird play here by him. I guess he has a lot of money, he doesn't want to lose peasants, but still, it's pretty odd. It looks like these towers will go down, and actually a one sort of aggressive tower will go up, which it's going to be pretty annoying for TGW to try and deal with without really giving away this expansion, or at least taking a lot of damage, and really putting his army out of position. And the TGW, is he at 50? Yeah, he's still at 50 food. Meanwhile, orc-worker at 79. This has basically been the entire game. It's just TGW's been able to survive because of those towers at a lower food count and really managed to build up a whole lot of money. Not enough lumber though. He really needs a lot more lumber. 2,500 gold and 300 lumber is not, or sorry, that's orc-worker. Sorry, what's TGW at? TGW actually at 2,500 gold and 173 lumber, so really actually in a worse lumber position. Really could very much use some extra, actually both of them could use some extra lumber. Meanwhile, really nice blizzards here, but at the same time sort of bad position for TGW's units, and he's really going to lose a lot of casters here. And I can't believe he's not using a TP here, but he used it to save those two peasants basically. that maybe he thought there were more raiders coming or something. I'm not exactly sure, but there's a whole bunch of units there, and orc-worker really looking for any way in which he can attack. You know, it looks like we are seeing some griffin aviaries go up. We could be seeing griffins, or we could be seeing dragon riders. I think in this iteration we'll probably be seeing griffins until we see sort of a counter, until we see some bat riders, in which case he might switch out. Orc-worker meanwhile going for some bestiaries. Very, very nice counter to that. And this expansion is pretty much up, and actually this expansion is going up as well. So orc-worker really in the advantage in terms of expansions, but obviously with that 30% in upkeep, he's really going to be actually losing a fair bit of money to upkeep, whereas I'm not sure we've seen any upkeep lost for a TGW. Meanwhile, we are seeing one blizzard go off here, and actually a mana siphon going off and combined with a bandage. Very, very nice to get rid of all of the mana on that Blade Master. It looks like actually this paladin really needs to sort of stay in the back here, and we must be seeing a TP out. Yeah, we probably will be seeing a TP out. Level 3 Blizzard is very, very nice against Orc, especially sort of a mass raider Orc composition, and looks like actually TGW going to try and do a bit more damage here. I don't think he's going to be able to do quite enough damage before he has to TP out of here. The more healing going off on this Blood Mage, just trying to keep it alive, and it looks like, oh wow, this Paladin now very, very low, gonna get stunned, using a healing sword to keep him alive, and the Great Hall survives. Very, very nice play there by the Orc player. Really, really strong play there. And I wonder where did he TP home? Yeah, he did TP home by the looks of things. We haven't seen any human staff be bought, which is quite interesting. Human staff's obviously absolutely amazing, especially in conjunction with the Paladin, because the Paladin basically the only thing that can go down for a short while, at least in the human army. So if that gets focused, you can always just staff it away and then let it heal up very, very quickly. And TGW with a couple more teams just sitting in his base, a very nice defense in conjunction with all these towers, and looks like actually there is such a weakness actually in this base. You think he could do a whole bunch of damage just by coming in with some raiders here. They don't really take arcane tower damage for most of the time, and with pillage you could actually probably gain as much as you lose, as well as take down most of an expansion, if not the actual expansion itself. And it looks like actually the Demolishers instead coming in here just gonna try and slowly push forward. The mortar teams looking like they want to respond but just can't get good positioning. Still only 1-0 upgrades for those Demolishers, and meanwhile the Raiders still 0-0 upgrades. I'm amazed we haven't seen any Kodos or any upgrades for these Raiders. That would be so nice just to see. And the Shadow Hunter very, very close to level 5 now. We're seeing more harassment here by this human. Really good try and take this down, and we're not seeing any repair. Obviously the Blizzard will take care of that, and it looks like the Great Hall will go down, and we must be seeing a TP out. Yeah, we are seeing a TP out here. Very, very solid play here by the human player, but he's just being so outmined at this point, and he basically only has 2 mines going at this point because this natural mine has run out. We are seeing what, 3 Griffin Aviaries? So yeah, 3 Griffin Aviaries, which could be proved to be very, very useful in this late game. We're gonna have to see what strategy he does decide to go for as we go on. And even though despite the fact that the Orc has been mining so much more, I think the fact, or at least had more mines going, I think the fact it's been an upkeep means that they probably had quite similar incomes. And if we take a look, TGW currently has 3,600 gold, but only 200 lumber, and orc-worker has 6,000 gold stored up. Wow, what a massive amount of gold. And it looks like a couple sneaky towers going up here, and you can see some more trees being taken down. Very, very nice position for some towers to go up. We'll have to see what type of towers he wants. Probably guard towers, but certainly there are a couple options you can go for. But these Demolishers really doing a whole bunch of damage down to these towers, and really going to be able to take them out pretty quickly. But even so, the armor types aren't perfectly aligned, but luckily these towers have been scouted out, so they won't be going down, and or they will be going down, they won't be finishing, and it looks like TGW should probably just cancel them at this point. And oh wow, just so much action all game long. The mortar teams are now firing back. Blizzard going to be used just to chase these units away. Blizzard be really nice on these Demolishers as well. Obviously Blizzard doing so much damage now. The Archmage is level 5. Really, really going to be nice to see some nice Blizzards here. I love seeing well placed Blizzards, especially on an Orc army which is so powerless to stop them basically, because those Raiders really need to get out excellent positions to get off the ensnares. And if you have Banish, it's just a whole other story. Wow, just such a nice play here by TGW. Obviously this mine's still going because it's one of the central mines which have a whole bunch. They have 1,500 gold in them, and compared to these side ones which have a bit less, and so they do last a bit longer. These corner ones have even less, and so actually they run out very, very quickly. And so it looks like actually the Arclight to continue to run us. Blade actually, I'm surprised he didn't try to chase him down and turns around for an item. Obviously with the lightning orb, you always can hope at least for a purge, and having to buy back a level 5